Artemis, in Greek mythology, is the goddess of the hunt, wilderness, wild animals, childbirth, and the moon. She's one of the most complex figures in the Olympian pantheon, at once fierce, nurturing, wild, and deeply principled. Daughter of Zeus and Leto, and twin sister to Apollo, Artemis was born under duress. Her mother had to flee from the wrath of Hera, and Artemis helped deliver her own brother just moments after her own birth. That early story already paints Artemis as a protector and a force of nature. One of her defining traits is her virginity, though not in a passive or repressive way. Artemis demanded autonomy. She asked Zeus to let her remain unmarried and free, and she surrounded herself with nymphs and followers who took the same vow. She became a symbol of independence, especially for women, untamed by society's expectations. In this way, she wasn't just a goddess of the hunt, she was a goddess of personal freedom. Artemis roamed the forests and mountains, bow in hand, often accompanied by a deer or pack of hunting dogs. She didn't just hunt animals, she maintained the balance of nature. She could be kind to animals or kill them, and that duality extended to humans. If disrespected, she could be deadly. One of the best-known examples is the myth of Actaeon, a hunter who stumbled upon Artemis bathing. For seeing her naked, even by accident, she turned him into a stag and let his own dogs tear him apart. She didn't tolerate violations of privacy or purity. But Artemis wasn't just wrathful. She was also deeply protective. She saved the young maiden Iphigenia from being sacrificed by her father, Agamemnon, and replaced her with a deer. She watched over women in childbirth, which might seem surprising given her vow of virginity. But childbirth, like the wilderness, was dangerous and sacred, and Artemis stood at that threshold. She was invoked for safe delivery and seen as a guardian of young girls as they transitioned into womanhood. Her lunar connection came later, as she became identified with Selene, the moon goddess. In classical times, Artemis was seen as a triple goddess: Artemis, the huntress earth; Selene, the moon, sky; and Hecate, the underworld witch. This triple form made her a figure of maidenhood, mystery, and transformation. She became associated with cycles of life, nature, and the moon. Artemis was also a goddess of boundaries: the wild versus the civilized, the child versus the woman, vengeance versus mercy. Her myths often revolve around transitions and taboos, people crossing lines they shouldn't have, or needing help crossing lines they must. In essence, Artemis is the fierce protector of wild things, the embodiment of purity not as chastity but as integrity, the defender of those who walk alone. She symbolizes a kind of sacred wildness, a life lived on one's own terms, in harmony with the natural world, but never submissive to it.